My dog Sita passed away on the 7th of October, 2023. She passed away super peacefully in my arms. I wanted to make this video for her because she was there for me all the time. And sometimes grief splits you right open so that you can really get present to pain as the portal for the light to enter inside of you. There were so many times that I didn't want her on the couch, or, she would bring in muddy feet, and sometimes she would bring in all sorts of things from the garden, and at times I found myself getting irked by it and not necessarily being as present to the love that I had for her as I could have been. And as I'm saying it, I'm conscious of the fact that my inner critic is rushing in all the ways I could have loved Sita deeper and more profoundly. All the ways I could have patted her and loved her more and taken her for perhaps some even more walks and fed her different foods, and the list could go on and on and on. But ultimately, one fact remains, and that is that she's gone. She's left the physical body and she's no longer here, and she's with me in my heart. And often when I come home, I think I will see her rushing through the door, or I expect to hear her panting, or when I walk into the study, I expect to see her lying there patiently as she did so many a time. And I wonder if I will ever see her again, in another time, in another space, in another place. But I reflect back on the things I learnt from Sita. And one of the things I learnt from Sita was unconditional love. And it was the sort of love that was always there. Whether I gave her love or whether I didn't give her love, she was always fully there. She was silent, but nevertheless, she still had a very powerful, beautiful presence. And I loved her very, very much. When I was journaling about all the things that I wished I had done, and then realized that I was again listening to the voice of endless chatter and the voice of the inner critic, and tuned into my heart. And just as I tuned into my heart and I flipped the page of the journal, on it there were a few words that leapt out at me, and I wanted to share that especially with you today. And the words were, "The soul does not care what you do or don't do. The soul just loves you." And when I read that line, I just wept inside, because that could not be more true of my relationship with Sita, my beautiful, almost 14-year-old golden retriever. Regardless of what I did do or what I didn't do, she always loved me. And I realized in that moment, regardless of what I did or what I didn't do for her, I always loved her, and I know she knew that. And in that lies my peace of mind and heart. And so I guess I wanted to share this video while I was grieving for her. Because if there is anyone else who is grieving a loss in their life and wishing that they had done something more for the person or pet or situation in their life that they have lost, I guess I wanted to leave you with that line that I read from this journal, which says, "The soul does not care what you do or don't do. The soul just loves you."